Hi, friends, and welcome to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. I'm Debbie Georgiani, along with Jerry Usher, and you. You drive the show. This is where we take a fresh look at ourselves, our families, the world around us. We have a great conversation, and we grow a little closer to God with this brief time we get to spend with one another. It's a great show because we're always learning and growing together. That's the key with Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. So when Jerry introduces the topic, I just know you're going to be able to jump in. Don't get finished with your Christmas shopping yet. Stay with us this entire hour. Hi, Jerry. Hey, are you done with your Christmas shopping?
Well, I was going to say, if you're like me, it's about time to get started with your Christmas shopping. Okay, so let's all make a pact. We're going to do that this weekend, Monday at the latest. Okay, Monday at the latest. Hey, I too,
funny.
Debbie, I just want to say we love the stars of this show. Because that's you, the listeners. It's not me and Debbie. We have a few things to say, but you are the ones who drive it, as Debbie said. And today, we're going to have, I think it could be a multi-emotional show. How's that for a phrase that I...
Multi-emotional.
Multi-emotional show.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, you know that old saying, home for the holidays. You're going to be home for the holidays. Well, a lot of us are going to be gathering with family and friends and loved ones and coworkers and so forth, and there's going to be somebody missing, okay? It might be a family member who's deployed overseas in the military. It might be someone that you lost to, someone passed away. Maybe very recently. I got a Christmas card the other day, Debbie, from someone who said that their spouse had passed away on December 5th, and I didn't know that. And so it's one of those shows, folks, we want to know who's not home for the holidays for you. Who are you going to be missing when your family gathers and has that hopefully joyous festive occasion on Christmas and beyond?
Or family members that you're estranged from.
Yeah.
That's a tough thing when you haven't spoken to them in many years, maybe, and that's a tough thing. So we're asking today, who are those people that you love, the people that your loved ones or your family or your friends or extended family or distant people that you haven't seen for a while. You would love for them to be quote unquote home for the holidays, but they're not going to be. And maybe you could share with us how that feels. Maybe you could also send a message out to them using this broadcast and just saying, hey, I hope someday you do come home for the holidays, or we can't wait for you to come home for the holidays, especially if they have a job overseas or they're doing a military tour of duty or something of that nature. So we'd love to hear from you. Number to dial is 1-833-288-EWTN. That's 833-288-3986. Okay, our show team today is Michael Birchfield. He is running everything. He's our producer today. We got Ryan Penny, who's answering our phones, a call screener today. He's amazing. You'll love to talk to him. He's going to chat with you for a little bit, put you on hold. You get to listen live and jump right into the discussion. Michael McCall is monitoring social media. And so when you have comments on YouTube or Facebook or you post them any which way, Michael will pick them up, place them on our computer screen so we're able to make mention of those during the course of this wonderful broadcast. And this is our last Jerry Live broadcast before Christmas. So we better make it really special.
It is going to be special. I really have a feeling that it will be. So get in early, folks. Debbie and I, the one thing that there's only one thing we don't like about the show, and that is we're on a time limit. We get to the end of the program. There are always people that we don't get to on the phone or your text or your emails or your social media comments. So 833-288-3986. Now, this could be a son or a daughter who just got married, and maybe their new mate lives across the country, and then so they've relocated there, away from the family, and maybe this is going to be the first Christmas without your beautiful son or your daughter there, and you're feeling a little bit blue about that. You're happy for them being where they are, but maybe you'd like to give a shout out to them. Again, it could be any number of circumstances. If there's somebody that you are kind of pining for, longing for, wishing they were going to be part of your Christmas celebration, and they are not, maybe for the first time or maybe for the 10th or 20th time, and you're still missing them. 833-288-3986.
I remember the first Christmas after my dad passed away in 2010. It just felt so strange. It just felt weird. There was something just didn't feel right about it. And that was, pretty bizarre. But then, everybody, I think if you've listened to the show on a regular basis, you know that I've been haven't had a relationship with my two boys, my grown adult boys, and their families for many years. And so they're not going to be home for the holidays. And so that's always a tough situation. But we move forward, and you got to figure out how that all fits in and what you can say to them, how you can feel about it, how you can, bring comfort to yourself and also still keep that joy of the holidays. I think that's very important, Jerry. I'd like to really focus on that as well, because I think sometimes we can focus so much on what we're missing, we forget what's right in front of us.
Yeah, that's true. We can easily do that. And yeah, for me, Debbie, I think it was, it's probably been a number of times. I mean, I've been away from family many Christmases just because I've lived far away from them and couldn't always make it there. But I remember, my sister passing away in February of 2017, so it's coming up on 2 years. And so last Christmas, I made the point of going to be with my brother-in-law and my two nephews for Christmas, just at least for right up until Christmas Day, and then I flew home. But, I just knew for them, she was not home for the holidays. She was home for the holidays. I believe she died a very beautiful, holy death. But that was their first Christmas without her, and I noticed it. They had just a small little table-sized tree up. They didn't put the big tree up and all the lights and stuff, and you could just feel, you could feel that it just wasn't the same, and obviously it wasn't the same, So things change, circumstances change in our lives. So that's what we're having a conversation about today on our last live show of this year. Mm-hmm. And so we want to hear from you at 833-288-3986. Actually, aren't we on?
No, not of this year. Yeah. We're on
before Christmas. Yeah,
before Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And then after Christmas, we're on as well. See, I've already got Christmas brain, Christmas break brain.
Don't feel bad. I'm kind of slow today too, Jerry, because I actually have this respiratory thing going on. And it's been going on for a couple weeks, and now I passed it to Marty. Marty passed it back to me, and now we're both sick. So I just, what? I'm looking for a little sympathy here.
Well, you have a few days to get better, but these aren't the ideal few days to be getting better, because I'm sure you've got a lot of things to do here in the coming days.
Very true. Very true. So it being under the weather doesn't fit in. So we want to hear from you. Who is not going to be home for the holidays? For whatever reason that is in your family, we'd really love to have that conversation with you and just see how we can just learn and grow from it. These are great, very fruitful conversations to have, but we need your participation at 833-288-3986. Remember, this is your show. So please, if you feel that nudge in the spirit, call in and share with the world how you feel about this topic. We'll be right back.
Take Two with Jerry and Debbie on EWTN Radio, and also you can catch Catholic Answers Live with Cy Kellett and his guests. 2 hours of the best apologetics on planet Earth. It's every weekday, Monday through Friday, on EWTN Radio and most of these affiliates, 6 p.m. Eastern Time for 2 hours. Catholic Answers Live. Don't miss it. I still listen to it. I hosted the show for the first 10 or so years, and I still try and catch it every now and then. They even make the mistake of letting me fill in as host once in a while. So,
Weren't you the creator of the show?
I did, yeah. They hired me, and I sort of created the show and was the first host of it. Yeah, so it was. I still love that show, absolutely. So
I think it's great that you go back from time to time.
I do too. It's fun.
Yeah,
it is fun. Another angle on this too, Debbie, is maybe those of you who are listening, maybe you're the one who's not going to be home for the holidays. Maybe you've got a new job across the country, or maybe you're the one who got married, moved across the country. We have people listening around the world. Maybe you're in another country. Maybe you are deployed somewhere. You're not going to be able to be with family and friends. Maybe you'd like to give the reverse shout out to those you're not going to be with, but you wish you could. So, a lot of ways we can tackle this not home for the holidays topic.
Yeah, we're letting you use the show today to do shout outs to those that aren't going to be home. So take advantage of it. This is your show. Sarah is watching on Facebook. We're waving to you, Sarah, if you can see us. She's in Speedway, Indiana. And Sarah is first up on Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. Hi, Sarah. Welcome.
Hi, Debbie, and hi, Jerry.
Hi, Sarah.
I just thought I'd call because I lost my dad this year, and just already getting choked up.
We're so sorry, Sarah.
I've been living with him the past few years and at his house, but I have to move tomorrow. And so it's just going to be a tough Christmas. And I'd already lost my mom and sister. So he was all I had left.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Sarah. Yeah, there aren't any words. I mean, there aren't any words, Sarah, and you know that. I mean, I'm sure you've had a lot of people trying to comfort you on this, and what we will promise you is our prayers. This is very difficult to go through. I know with your dad, your mom, your sister. We're so sorry. I mean, that's a lot to absorb all at one time, and you
and
must
then to move. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then to move. Yeah, I was hoping that maybe there was some way that you could maybe delay that move a little bit, but I'm sure it's probably necessary. But wow, Debbie, I know you're going to be writing some names in that prayer book that we have.
Sarah, if you view on Facebook the show, I don't know if do you have your dad and your mom and your sister in our prayer book yet?
No, I don't. But their names are Jim, Sue, and Rachel.
Okay. And when did your dad pass? When did Jim pass, Sarah?
It was in February, but
okay.
He'd been in and out of the hospital, and today was a year ago. Today was when he came home from the hospital last and was recovering, and so we had a good Christmas together last year. So it's just kind of hard to know that he's not here this year.
Yeah. And are there any other siblings or close family members that are around you? Sarah, who are you going to be spending the holidays with?
Well, I had a couple of invites, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I think I'll be pretty tired from moving, and so I don't really feel like going out of town, but I think I'll have somebody maybe to spend the day with. But yeah, my sister, she was my only sibling. And I'll get to see her children at some point, but it's like her children also they lost her, but they lost their father the year before. It's been one person after another.
Wow. Well, Sarah, we hope that you have a lot of help with the move, that you have people who can do, no pun intended, a lot of the heavy lifting for you. What would be great, and I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but hopefully you've got a crew of people that you can just kind of sort of be there and let them ask you, hey, Sarah, where do you want this? What should we do with this? I know you're going to be doing a lot of the physical work yourself, but hopefully you've got some support with that. But the other thought that comes to mind, and I don't need to tell you this, I know you know this, what we're celebrating this time of year, of course, is the birth of Christ. And this, as difficult as this is, and I don't present this flippantly or in any way like it's a simplistic sort of thing, but this is an opportunity, obviously, for you, Sarah, to really cling to the baby Jesus right now, and to the Holy Family, to our Blessed Mother. I'm sure you've been doing this already, and to St. Joseph and all of the saints. And really just it sounds like they are going to be your family right now. They have been all from all eternity. Jesus, of course, I mean, not Mary and Joseph so much, but just we're going to pray. We're going to pray, Sarah, in a special way that your heart is just somehow filled with that peace, that consolation, and even joy in knowing that your family members who have passed away are in the arms of God, and they are literally part of the heavenly family now. We can pray for that, and that the baby Jesus who came to earth for us to save our sins is just going to be your comfort and your consolation. So I know you join me in that, Debbie.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Sarah. And Sarah, I just wanted to say, I know you're going to be super tired. You got this move happening and that's going to be emotional as well. But I would just encourage you that if you've got that opportunity and somebody, gives you that invitation and it's not too strenuous for you to make it or whatever, be around people, be around the church, be around anybody that you can talk to, because I think when you're going through this, sometimes when you are totally alone, I know you're exhausted and you're just probably just drained from the whole thing, and you're still in the major grieving process. This is your parent, okay, that you lost this year. I just want to say, sometimes when you're alone though, after a while and after you've had a little bit of rest at home and then you realize you're all alone, it can sometimes make it even worse. Sometimes being around people or forcing yourself to be around people can force you to engage in conversation, talk about other things. And I just would encourage you to do that, and even reach out to us and email us. We'd love to continue a conversation with you at take2, the number 2 at EWTN.com. But as you can hear from what we're sharing with you, we care about you so very much. And like Jerry said, we don't even know what to say to take away any of your pain, but we can tell you this: you're not alone. All of us have suffered many losses in different ways, and we can get through this together. And so we just want you to feel that comfort and that love from us, Sarah, and we hope you do.
I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Sarah. Thank you for the call. Thanks for having the courage to make that call. And if the Take Two family is anything, Sarah, it is a praying family. So you have people around the world praying for you right now, and we certainly will do that as well. So God bless you, Sarah, in the upcoming holidays. May the Lord's peace be just abundantly with you, and thanks for your call.
And remember your guardian angel's with you always. Never forget that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Absolutely.
All right, 833-288-3986. Who is not home for the holidays for you? It could be a loved one who passed away, like in Sarah's circumstance. Could be a relative deployed. Just maybe a son or daughter got married and they find themselves, they had to relocate across the country. Maybe you're away from your family. You're going to be the one who's not home for the holidays. Let's say you're welcome to give a shout out to anybody you would like, or just maybe get a few words of consolation and an assurance of prayers for you during this holiday season. 833-288-3986.
Okay, we'd love to hear from you. Do we have any comments coming in on social media yet?
As a matter of fact, email.
Can
I
you
want to
share
thank.
some?
I want to thank Kathleen, who just sent this email. By the way, you can email during the show or any time. Debbie and I personally answer as at the first earliest convenience that we have. But Kathleen sent this email. She says, "I love this topic today, as we can all relate in some form or fashion." You're right about that, Kathleen. She goes on, "Remember to pray for those who have departed before us, as Christmas described by the saints is the day that many souls from purgatory are released. This is something good that we can do to honor those who are not with us for Christmas. Prayers for the Take Two family. Much appreciation, Kathleen." So good reminder there.
Yes, very, very much. There's an open phone line for you. Please call in. We just have some text messages coming in. Sarah, I hope you're still watching on Facebook. You already have prayers. There's a couple of our Take Two family that has just said they can relate to what you're going through, and they can actually just feel your sadness from the losses. And so they just wanted to share that they are praying for you right away, and for Jim and for Sue and for Rachel. See how our Take Two family steps up immediately and just starts comforting one another through prayer. I think that is just amazing. Please call in and share with us who's not going to be home for the holidays for you at 833-288-3986. There is an open phone line, but this show moves very quickly, so don't hesitate. Please call in.
Yeah, and Sarah, was that our last caller?
Sarah.
Sarah. Debbie, she got emotional right away, and I think she, if I recall, she was kind of a little bit apologetic about that. And I think, if we can't let our feelings show and our emotions show, Especially right now, this time of year. If there is somebody that you're missing, feeling down a little bit or something, please, we just want to make sure that just in general, in life, we really want to let those emotions out because they're part of us. They're part of who we are. So don't ever feel uncomfortable, especially on this or any other Catholic radio show. Don't ever feel, right, Debbie? I mean, don't feel bad about letting those emotions show because it shows our humanity. It shows how much we care and how much we love.
And this is why we're here, though, Jerry. We're here in Catholic radio to help others. We all are journeying together to get closer to God, and we have to be real with one another. We're not out to have any sense of, put on that social mask, if you will, and try to appear somehow. We want to really be genuine with one another and to go soul to soul. And I love that Sara felt so comfortable that she could share. She could share with us what's going on inside of her. I mean, she's in a lot of sadness right now. I mean, this is her dad. She lost her mom, her only sibling. So we want to make sure we lift her up in prayer so that the great opportunities come in front of her so she can be filled with joy and remember that her family members are much closer to her than she ever could have imagined. They're much more alive now than they were here on earth. And that's what we want to pray for Sara so that she can feel that joyful spirit, especially during the holidays. Please call in and share with us what your thoughts are about this topic. We're talking about folks that are going to be not home for the holidays. 833-288-3986. That's the number to call to be on the show.
Okay, back to your calls. Erie, Pennsylvania is where we go next. And Barb, listening to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie on the EWTN smartphone app. Hello, Barb. Happy early Merry Christmas to you. Thanks for calling.
Merry Christmas to you too, Jerry and Debbie.
Thank you.
I think that my situation is kind of strange. Well, maybe not strange, but for 31 years I've driven east to be with my stepfather and my mother, or over to my son who lives the same distance in a different place. My mom died in February at age 93, and I'm okay with that. She was in dementia, so I mean, I'm really happy that she is free of that and with the father. But the thing is, it's so strange because I usually am with family at Christmas, and I'm finding that I'm alone here. I don't have any family here in Erie. So the way that and I've had some really bad moments of very big depression. But the way that I'm dealing with it is I've gotten 4 of my good friends who are going to come over Christmas Day, who are all, I call them flapping in the wind because they don't have family here either. And we're going to have a big Christmas dinner and play games and share small gifts together and enjoy each other and celebrate the day. And that's how I'm dealing with it. So I just wanted to share that.
But I think that's fabulous, Barb, because first of all, I just want to say I'm so sorry for your loss. I know you said that your mother's lived, your mother, I think, believed 93 years, and she was suffering
Correct.
from dementia. I can relate because my mother's 87 and suffering from dementia. And so of course, when you see your loved one go through that, where their mind is it's just wreaking havoc on them and they're trying so hard to survive. I mean, it's painful as a family member to watch that happen. So I can totally relate to that. But and we're very, very sorry for your loss. And I don't know if we have your mom's name in our book. I don't know if we do. But what's her first name?
Jean.
Jean. Is with a J?
Yes.
Okay.
Jean, yes.
Yes, I just want to make sure. Okay.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to say, but that is so beautiful what you're doing with your friends. And I'm hoping Sara is still on Facebook and listening to this broadcast, because that is very important. What you did is you grabbed a support system around you. I think sometimes when we are going through all this pain and all this suffering and the loss and just the change in circumstances of our life, that when we just kind of go into our cave and we just want to just hole up and be by ourselves. But then when we realize we're by ourselves, then there's another whole feeling that sets in. Oh my goodness, I'm all alone. So I think what you're doing, Barb, is very healthy, and I think it's wonderful. And I think you're going to have a fabulous time during Christmas. And I think it's going to be
so too.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds exciting. I would love to come and join that.
You can come.
Okay.
See,
Yeah,
this is how Debbie
yeah.
gets all of her
Well,
invitations.
Yeah.
There's one other comment, and that is that I'm getting older in age too, and I'm having difficulty driving, so it's limiting my ability to drive east as well. So
Right.
I have canceled that, and that really separates me from my son and my stepfather. But I'm okay. Mm-hmm. I've figured out the way to deal with it.
Well, that is a great give thanks to God for that, Barb. We thank God for that for you as well, because a lot of times, Debbie was counseling an earlier caller, I think Sara. Get people around you. Find a place to go maybe, and it just reminds me. My parish every year at Christmas arranges with a very, very nice hotel restaurant to have anyone who's single or alone on Christmas $25 is all it is, and it's this very, very fancy, beautiful, beautiful Christmas feast. And there are a lot of other things that we can do if we're alone, if we're down, if we're depressed, if we're blue, missing our family. Folks, look around, ask at your parish. There might be some kind of an event, a gathering, a dinner going on that you can be a part of and have people around you. You can lift them up and vice versa. This is Take Two with Jerry and Debbie on EWTN Radio. Barb, thanks so much for the call.
Thanks for being with us on Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. We're talking about who's not going to be home for the holidays. Maybe you have somebody in the military who's been deployed, or somebody overseas with a job opportunity, or somebody that just got married and moved cross country with their new spouse, or you're estranged from your family, or maybe somebody has passed. Who's not going to be home for the holidays for you? That's what we want to hear about today on Take Two at 833-288-3986. I hope I covered all the topics, Jerry. This is kind of turning out to be, I'm feeling sad. I really am. I just feel sad that we should just all get together and have a big Take Two Christmas celebration.
Well, one of the things about this show, we say it all the time, hopefully you who are listening know, what we try and do is come out better at the end of the program. And I think we have tried, Debbie, in the conversations that we've had with listeners, callers so far, that, try and find, a positive, something very constructive and maybe a silver lining in this. And I think we've done that with some of these callers. And let's face it, I mean, the majority of people who are going to call in today probably, when we say, if you're missing somebody at the holidays, that has a connotation of being sad, but it doesn't have to be. Like you said, Debbie, you could be rejoicing. Maybe here's one for example. Maybe you have a son or a daughter. They got married. They're across the country. They typically would come home for Christmas, but maybe they're expecting a baby, or maybe they just had a brand new baby and they got to stay home. See, there could be a lot of joyful reasons why somebody's not going to be with you, but you just want to call up and say, hey, they're not going to be here. We love them, and we want to give a shout out to them. So whatever your reason is, here's the number. It's 833-288-3986.
Okay, let's see what Carol has to say. And Carol is in San Antonio, Texas on Sirius XM 130. Hi, Carol. Thanks for waiting and welcome to Take Two.
Well, hi, Debbie. How are you?
Doing well, Carol. How are you?
I am great. And the reason I'm calling is because I have a different take on this. I'm an alcoholic, and I've been sober since 9/7/18, thank God. And so the person or the thing that's not, that I'm going to be not missing, is me during the holiday. We have the great fortune of having all of our children and grandchildren here this Christmas, and it's because of my sobriety that they're willing to be here and stay with us. And I'm just very, very grateful for that.
Wow. Carol, bless your heart. You are so sweet, and you've been given the grace. You've been given the great grace and the gift of however it came about. Only you know the details, and those are personal to you, but how it came about that you realized that was an issue for you, and it is for so many people, and especially this time of year.
I know.
Where do we go that, a full bar is not set up, right? So God bless you for that. Debbie and I are so proud of you, and what's most important is, it sounds like your family's very proud of you, Carol. You have given something away, and what does it say in the Bible? No one has given away, family, friends, mother, father, any possession, and not received 100-fold back. And Carol, it sounds like you've done that. This is probably, it sounds like, Carol, going to be maybe the best Christmas of your life, perhaps, huh?
I think so. I think so too, Jerry. I've been, really praying for this, and it's been a struggle. I mean, this is a really, truly lifelong disease, and if anybody's out there struggling with it, it's real. But there is hope, and there is recovery. You just have to get with the right people, and I'm just grateful that is no longer welcome in my home, and that my kids and family are so wanting to come here. That's amazing to me.
They love you.
Yeah, yeah, they do. But it's the if you have this disease, it's the comfort of the program, and more importantly, God, because He is the changer of everything. I mean, He actually makes everything, happen, and I accept things on a more normal basis now. And so I'm just grateful. And so, my take on today is, I am getting the most perfect Christmas that I have had in such a long time. And it's because alcohol is no longer welcome.
Well, Carol, we're just so happy for you. We're rejoicing with you, and I, for whatever this is worth, this is just my 2 cents on this. And I just, I'm not a counselor, I'm not a therapist. I'm just a sister in Christ. But I just want to say something, because I could hear your heart coming through in your words, how grateful you are and how you have this wonderful opportunity with your family. I just wanted to say, this is a rebirth for you. They're gonna get to see the real Carol, and that's who they love, and that's who they're coming to see. And I just want you to rejoice in that, and to not, feel like if, in case you do, that there has to be like a million guilt feelings or apologies or whatever, rejoice in it, because the Lord wants you to celebrate. He wants you to celebrate life. He came for all of us to have life and to have it to the full, to have it in abundance. And that's what's being presented to you for this Christmas season. And I just say more power to you, Carol. You're a beautiful person. You have a great family support system around you. And I just pray that you enjoy every moment and you rejoice in it and just fly high and just feel great about it and just enjoy the family. So what do you think? I mean, what do you think? Can you do it?
I love your input. That is exactly spot on. I mean, I am just rejoicing this Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah. We should be floating, all of us. This is, I mean, the incarnation, our Lord being born has changed everything for us for all of eternity.
Exactly.
You know, things are open to us. We can change, we can evolve, we can grow, we can learn. And what's happening with you, I think, is going to bring a lot of help to other families, because a lot of families, Carol, they're stuck. They don't know which way to go. They don't know if they can go forward, so they tend to go backwards. Look at how beautiful your family is unfolding.
It is. It's a beautiful thing. And I only pray that I can help as many other people along the way, you know, as I go.
Amen.
Yeah.
Well, you just did, Carol. You have already by calling the program today. Honest to God, I don't just say that. Because one of the things, Carol and Debbie, you know this, on this show, we invite you, the listeners, Carol, to be sort of the experts on the show, because you're the ones, you know, like us, we're all living this life together, and we all have experiences and perspectives to share. And there are people listening every day, and whatever the topic is, they're going, oh, yeah, I can relate to that, but I just don't, I'm not really up to calling myself, but somebody else will call in like you, Carol, and you may have just changed 100 lives. You may have just changed one life, you know?
Yeah.
We don't know. God knows, but you are already well on your way, Carol, to helping other people find the fullness of life that you are definitely embarking on now, maybe for the first time in your life. So
yeah, you're soaring, Carol.
Yeah.
You know, that's awesome. You know, and then I love that the angels are rejoicing in that as well. And you're going to have a great family celebration. You know, keep in touch with us. I mean, you're an extraordinary woman. I would love to continue the conversation. Our email is take2@ewtn.com if you feel inclined that you would want to do that.
I would love to do that. Thank you.
all right. Bless you, Carol. Have a very Merry Christmas. And it sounds like because of your courage and dedication, a lot of other people around you are going to have a very Merry Christmas as well.
Yeah.
God bless you.
It's awesome.
833-288-3986. Who or what is not going to be home for the holidays this year? If you're going to be having a family celebration and maybe someone you wish was there, is usually there, maybe isn't going to be there this year for whatever reason, you can give them a shout out here on the air, 833-288-3986. Okay, I think Rebecca is next, listening in Amarillo, Texas to St. Valentine Radio. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie.
Well, thank you very much for taking my call.
Sure. Go right ahead.
Mainly the person that answered the phone when I called your number. My situation is a little different in that I don't have any family that I've ever been close to growing up, and so I have some that are living. I'm currently living in Amarillo, Texas, with my son Tim, who I did for various reasons. I did not raise him. He's in his 30s, and I just turned 65 in June. And so we are trying to get to know each other, and it's an awkward situation because though there's no physical abuse between the two of us, there is some emotional stressors. He has some, I have some, and it's sort of, I sort of keep my mouth shut so I don't stress him out more or him. But I'm sort of sucking up the stress, and it is Christmas, of course. And I've been in Amarillo about a week and a half, and I've visited a couple of churches. One was a Baptist church, one was another denomination. I was not raised up Catholic. I wasn't raised up in any denominational such speech. I did become Catholic when I was in high school, and I went through some of the sacraments of the Catholic Church. Right now, I'm not. I haven't been to a Catholic church in quite a while. I lived in Cheyenne, Wyoming, where I just came from. But I'm trying to seek wisdom through prayer about what my next situation should be. I'm a Army veteran, and I've enrolled at the VA Medical Center here in Amarillo, Texas, about a week ago, and trying to get my own apartment through Amarillo Housing and the VA, which is called HUD-VASH, and that's not really looking upward on that, so I'm sort of stuck in limbo here, and I'm not sure what I should do. There is I believe, a large Catholic church sort of within walking distance of where I reside at. I don't even know the name of it. It's very large. And so I'd like to journey back spiritually to the Catholic Church because I found a lot of comfort and wisdom in Catholicism.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not quite sure what to do about that because I haven't met anybody yet. I've reached out to some Christian people here in Amarillo through a couple sources, and they probably are Christian. That their belief in their Christianity, is between them and God and all. And I'm just sort of at wit's ends of what I should do with my life, and I need God's guide into what He would have me to do, where He would have me to go if I'm to stay here in Amarillo and seek spiritual guidance in the Catholic Church, or if I should move on to some place that I don't know I'm supposed to move on to. So as I said, I'm sort of in limbo and not quite sure what to do with my life.
Right. Okay, so a couple things, Rebecca. First of all, you've heard us say on the show that Jerry and I are not therapists or counselors, but we've lived through a lot, and we have a combined life experience of over 100 years. So that says a lot.
Yeah.
So just here's some pointers that maybe could help you start to discern the direction for you. It sounds like you're a little bit off course on where you want to go, and that's understandable. That happens to all of us. And what I want to start back. I think you said it was your son Tim that you're with right now, and you said there's a lot of stress happening right now. What I would suggest, especially for the holidays, Rebecca, is just try to shelve all that. Take all the things that are between the two of you that aren't working well. Take it and put it on the shelf, at least for the holidays, and just focus on Jesus's birth. Really keep your focus on what you're here for the holidays for. Take away all the interaction between the two of you, and give yourself some space and time with that. Next up, I would definitely, if you're listening to Catholic radio, okay, it seems like you're being called into the Catholic Church. What I would suggest you do is get a list of all the Catholic churches in the area and maybe start calling some of them. Now, keep in mind, this is the holiday season, so some of the office hours have changed and everybody's on vacations and some of the ministries have shut down. So you may see, you're not going to maybe see all the welcoming happening because everybody's trying to get ready for the Christmas celebrations. And so it's a difficult time for the lay leaders to interact with, especially new people coming in. But you can call during the day, and you can ask them, when is your mass times? Tell them you want to attend mass. Is there anything you should know about their church or whatever? Let them know you're interested in possibly coming back into the faith. Just try to, put your toe in the water, if you will, and check out all these different Catholic churches. Let me share this with you. If you are listening to Catholic radio and you are being called back to the Catholic Church, you deserve to do that. You deserve to make sure that you explore every avenue of the Catholic faith and jump back into the family, because something is telling you inside, deep in your spirit, that that's where you belong. Do I think that you will find purpose and you will have a new life, if you will? Yes. Absolutely. Because once you start experiencing the Catholic faith and you start observing, because you can't take part in the sacraments yet, but when you start observing them, there's many things that start to happen to you. The transformations begin. And I've seen this time and time again. I'm going to pray for you, Rebecca, that you do take us up on this invitation and you look at different churches. And you may find one church that's not that welcoming just because they're short staffed or something. Don't let that discourage you. Go to another Catholic church. Find one, a community that you resonate with. And I bet you, I'm just going to bet you here, because I'm a betting gal, that by January or February, you're going to be calling us back and saying, oh my goodness, my life has changed dramatically and it's for the better. That's what I think anyway. What do you think, Jer?
There's nothing I can add to that. I was just simply going to suggest, and you did, Debbie, that Rebecca, like Debbie said, there's a lot of things going on around churches right now. Some of them are, closed in terms of the office staff and so forth. But find your way to a mass. A lot of parishes will have meals that they're serving and things like that, which gives you an opportunity to just connect with people. Maybe the pastor will be there. Maybe whoever's heading up that effort, just give them a little bit of information about you. Maybe a way that they can communicate, contact you once things settle down a little bit next week. And I agree with Debbie. This phone call today may be the first step for you toward some very, very beautiful things that God has for you and Tim. And we're going to pray for that. The whole Take Two family is going to pray for that.
For one reason or another, my son Tim is not sure what religion he was brought up in, because he was adopted out when he was like 6 years old, state of Alabama, along with his stepsister. And so I didn't raise him up. So he seems to have a lot of anger in him that I know a little bit about, but I'm not quite sure how to communicate with him about it. And but when I have attended church, like when I attended St. Mary's Cathedral in Cheyenne, Wyoming, I was very active, somewhat active. I helped out with reception because I was food service for 20-plus years. Mm-hmm. And I helped out. I sang in the choir. And I got a little bit involved with one of the women's groups that takes turns cleaning the church, so I got involved with that as well. So that's where I miss a lot of my spiritual and my making friends and doing God's work, because I truly believe in the saying, hands to work, heart to God, and I try to live that when I'm able to.
Well, hey, Rebecca, this is how the Take Two family works. So we just had a call from a gentleman by the name of Nathan, and he is at St. Joseph's Catholic Church in Amarillo. And so there's a possible lead for you right there. We can't give each of you each other's contact information, because that's we can't do that. But
privacy.
But Nathan has called, and he says he's at St. Joseph's Catholic Church in Amarillo. I suspect there's probably only one St. Joseph's there. So at the first opportunity, again, that may be after Christmas sometime. Maybe the office is open today. We don't know. It could be. But anyway, St. Joseph's Catholic Church in Amarillo, and Nathan has called in and said they would be happy to maybe initiate some assistance for you, Rebecca. So that's just great.
Right. And here's what... Go ahead. I was just going to say real quickly, here's what you could do. Nathan could go to the front office and say there was a gal listening to Catholic radio. Her name is Rebecca. If she comes in, they can make the connection right there, right in the community, and it's a lot safer and it's a lot better connection. So, see how the Take Two family works. But Rebecca, real quickly, before you respond to that, I just want to say about your son. This is the other thing, too, why I want you to get active back into a church, because the ministries that are happening, they can also help you with some resources, maybe some counseling and stuff, so you, too, can work out a lot of these issues. There's a lot of ministries happening at the Catholic churches, and you can just look at the back of bulletins, and you'll see maybe 20, 30 ministries that maybe you and your son can participate in. So that's why I would love for you to make that first step and make it God-centered, because when it is God-centered, Rebecca, that's when things are truly going to be beneficial for you and your son and your family. Okay, when it's our own desires, we can tend to mess things up. Okay, but when it's God-centered, it's really of His will, and so you're safe with that. What do you think about all we're saying? I know we're giving you a lot of information, but we're going to be running out of time.
That's okay. Both of you are very encouraging spiritually and emotionally. thing is I don't have a Amarillo phone book. I have a cell phone that I'm talking on, but I have no idea what the church number is for the St. Joseph Catholic Church or any Catholic church in Amarillo.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rebecca, I have been to Amarillo many times, and I can tell you it's a beautiful, beautiful town, but it's not it's not New York City, and I'm sure everybody in Amarillo is thankful for that. No offense to anybody in New York, but it's a little bit quieter and more peaceful and down home there in Amarillo. And so I'd say if you go into any establishment, grocery stores or gas stations or whatever, and just ask where is St. Joseph's Catholic Church, I have a pretty good feeling you're going to be able to be directed to it very, very quickly and easily. So there you go, Rebecca. Keep in touch with us. Call back again and let us know how it's going. But we've got to get to a couple other things here if we can. Debbie, Ed in Illinois, who listens on St. Bernadette Radio, they said they lost their son Gabe a year ago on his way home for Christmas. He got hit by a truck. He was studying to be a physician, and Ed is asking for prayers for his family. Yeah, their son, Gabe. Was actually killed on his way home for Christmas last year.
Oh, my goodness.
So we pray for that.
Ed, definitely, you've got our prayers. Oh, my, I can't even imagine that. That is just, especially centered around Christmas, and you're trying to think of all the joyous things, and then your son has this accident. Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, real quickly, another email came in from Frida. My daughter informed me of a situation, needs a lot of prayers. About 3 years ago, her friend and a husband fostered a little 3-year-old girl. They were asked to foster the newborn baby sister of the first girl in order to keep the family together. The family decided 2 years ago to start the adoption process because neither mom nor father wanted them. They have grown into a loving family, and about 2 weeks ago, a judge decided that the girl should go back to the biological father. They will have to leave with a total stranger tomorrow, December 22nd. So pray for those two little girls and all the people involved in that. Thank you, Frida, for bringing that to our attention.
Wow, a lot of sadness. Are you going to bring up, you want to highlight Catholic News Agency?
I thought we would maybe pass on that, just see if we can get another quick call in.
Can we real quickly? Yeah. Okay. Maria in Texas on Guadalupe Radio Network. We can get to you really quickly. Hi, Maria. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Maria.
I'm doing well, thank you, by the grace of God. First of all, I want to give a lot of kudos to Carol for continuing her life and being with her family and no alcohol anymore. Been there, done that. My husband died January the 11th of this year, but my stepson, his son, died in 2014. And ever since, my husband just went down, down, down. He had a daughter. Of course, we always find a reason why. Well, he died because of this, he died because of that. But, when our second minute is called, that's it, we're gone. Mm-hmm. Then in June, I had a triple bypass, and I felt bad because I thought, how come I survived my heart attack and he didn't? But, we were taught by my parents that we're here on borrowed time. And we can make it or we can break it, because I have children, grandchildren, a stepdaughter, and I have to live for them. I'll miss him a lot. I miss him very, very much. But I just pray. Every day I pray for the repose of his soul. And this lady that was just talking before me, if you just get on your knees and just put everything in God's hands, it's solved the way God wants it. And Maria, I'll be blessed that way.
Can we get your husband's first name, if you're comfortable sharing it? We have a book that we pray for. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Oh, quick. No. Actually, my first husband died 20 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And then my second husband just died. My first husband was Robert, and, their soul can still need prayers. And
yes.
My second husband is Ernest.
Okay.
Ernest, okay.
Okay, Debbie's got those in our book.
Yep.
Maria, thank you. We're just getting up toward the end of the show. Go ahead, Deb.
Great outlook, Maria. Thank you for those encouraging words. And then let's not forget Cynthia's brother who just passed away. We need prayers for him as well. She just sent us a comment from Illinois. So Jerry, and then Dorothy, I'm sorry we're not going to get to you in Denver, Colorado. We're going to pray for the losses that you have felt in your family. Please know that. Jerry?
Yeah, all of you, I just wanted to take a real quick moment here and just say, Heavenly Father, There are a lot of people missing in our lives this time of year for sometimes sad reasons, sometimes happy reasons. You alone know each one of them. As we do our last live show before Christmas, we just pray for the Take Two family, Jesus, baby Jesus, born for us to save us from our sins, to give us peace and joy. Fill our hearts, our lives, our families with all of that happiness, love, peace, and joy. And that is our wish for you from the Take Two family and all of us.
And we just want to wish you an early Merry Christmas. Have a beautiful
Pray
and
for
blessed
us. God
celebration.
bless.